first one I want to actually start by working on is the project using this box here. So as you guys can see, we have a teal box. Originally, it was a wood kind of crate from IKEA. And also we have the mercury glass mirror. Now, I think what I'm gonna do to the mirror is actually distress it even more. And the thing that I noticed about this box is, if you can see, the mirror is actually the same exact height as the box. So I almost wanna glue this on the front of the box and create some form of really cool like storage box or like jewelry container. Okay, I'm kind of scared. I don't really know where to start. I think I'm gonna start by trying to distress our mercury glass even more. So I've seen people use a spray bottle with water and some spray paint to kind of create a mercury glass effect on their item. So I'm gonna try to do a similar thing. I don't exactly know how this is going to work, so we're gonna have to like trial and error it out. I'm just gonna spritz our glass here. Kind of gonna make some chunky spritzes, some inorganic ones. Just kind of spray it all over the place. Because basically where that water is starting to puddle up on the surface is kind of where the spray paint's not gonna hit. So then I'm gonna grab Rust-Oleum Bright Coat Metallic Finish here. This is gonna start by kind of spritzing. Maybe heavier in some spots, not as heavy in some spots. I'm just gonna go right in with the paper towel and start absorbing some of the water. Hopefully this doesn't peel up any of that spray paint. Kind of want to get some of those water droplets off of there. Honestly, you guys, this looks very cool. I'm very, very excited about this. The kind of vibe I'm going for this piece is something you would see at Anthropologie for like $398 that you would never purchase, but you would really kind of like think about all the time, you know? So that's what we're going for. I think I'm gonna go and try to add a little bit of black or like a darker bronze color. I don't know which ones I have. I'll be right back, you guys, with some other spray paint options. So I'm gonna go back in with some water and add some droplets on there. Kind of add like some darkness to it. I feel like I'm like shooting it. Hello, Miss Copper! Okay, Miss Copper's broken, so we are gonna go back to brass. Add a little bit more. You guys, this looks actually like really nice. I'm obsessed with how this looks. It looks like an actual piece of like vintage mercury glass that you would see at like an antique shop or something. But I do want to go ahead and paint the interior of this box so it is not this turquoise color, because I think I'm then going to go ahead and wrap it in this material and then paint over the top of the material, which I'm not too sure how that's going to end up looking. I'm going to use this color here. It is called, I think it's just Warm White by Folk Art. So I'm going to go ahead and give this a coat. I don't exactly need to do the outside because I'm going to be covering it, but I am going to go ahead and just paint like close to the edge. That way, in case a little bit of the front is kind of shown in some sections, it's not too noticeable. So let's go ahead and paint this to start. Back, and we have a painted box here. Now the next step in this process is going to be applying the mystery material. Now this is not the prettiest of materials. It looks like it's like an embossed wallpaper edging or something like that. I'm going to take my mystery material and wrap it around the entire outside of the box. Now keep in mind the mirror is going to go in this front section here. We are going to go in and just apply a good amount of hot glue to this section to start. Wallpaper is applied. Now it is not perfectly applied, which is not a big reason because it's going to blend in with the box for sure once the paint is on there. Now I want to go ahead and start painting the outside of this box so that it matches the inside. I'm using that same warm white color, and the way that I'm going to do this is actually with a little sponge. I feel like this would just be better than a bristled brush because I think this is going to leave a lot of brush marks, and I think a sponge might just look a little nicer. However, I've never painted really with a sponge before. Oh, okay. This is actually, it looks exactly how I want it to look. Like you could still see some of that texture through there right around here, but you get nice coverage as well. Alright, so my idea is that our little mirror that we created is going to be placed nice and centered on the front of our box here. It's kind of going to be the face of our box and give all of the detail and interest there. And I'm probably just gonna put this right about here on our little mirror there. And I'm gonna be using E6000 to apply this down just because it works really well with glass. This is a quick hold version. Generous amount onto each side there. About here. And all around, I think this looks really, really cute. It's definitely altered a bit, and it's just like a unique, funky storage box. So let's go ahead and work on the second project using those little mats or placemats that they sent along. We are back with project number 2, and I am going to be using these right here for this project. So these look to me like placemats. I'm assuming that's what they are. I think I might have seen these at IKEA before. I don't know if these are IKEA, but they might be. Now I have a lamp that I thrifted a while back, and I actually have a lampshade that I got from Target for a different lamp. It was from Natalie's room makeover. I had bought it. I ended up not returning the lampshade. So I have an extra lampshade, and I kind of figured, what if I went ahead and accented a lampshade with this really kind of unique, almost wooden dowel-esque sewn together material. Like, I love how flimsy and how foldable this is. First thing I want to do though is figure out how to take off the little end pieces, and then we can go ahead and work from there. So first thing I want to do for these is to actually paint them. I'm not a huge fan of this bright orange color, so I'm going to go in with some black spray paint here. This is just my flat Rust-Oleum black spray paint, and I'm going to be spray painting these. Now I'm going to be doing it in a box on top of this table, which I would normally always take it outside, but it is raining today. Show. Okay, so we have all of our placemats spray painted black. Now this is a lampshade I'm talking about. I've kind of gotten a little bit dirty with my black spray paint fingerprints on it, but no worries, we're gonna be covering it anyways. How I wanna go ahead and apply this on is actually just making sure that it's nice and flush at the bottom, and I'm gonna wrap it around like this. How good does that look as a lampshade? I think that is so cool. What I'm thinking is to run a strip of hot glue across this strand here and this strand here. One there as well. Then we're going to kind of quickly wrap it around our lampshade. And I'm just doing this standing up that way, or having like it stand up this way, just because it'll nicely form. And I can press it into position all the way around like that. We don't have full coverage yet, so we will definitely need to be using all 3 of them. Not particularly, but we can just press those into place there. Alrighty, so as you can see on the back side, we actually have a little bit of an issue here. It is triangled off because it is wider at the bottom and narrower at the top, which I didn't really realize. I kind of thought it was one same like width all the way throughout. It doesn't look too bad. You can definitely notice it. I wish I didn't have to do that, but I think I'm just gonna have to go ahead and do that. And then I'll just use this side, you know, as the front of it if I ever go ahead and style it. Okay, so the back side is not the cutest with our little triangle section, but the front, honestly, I love the front of this lampshade. It is so cute. I can so see myself using this on a lamp for sure.